Larson, and I want to share a very valuable lesson with you today. My operations manager, Amanda, will actually be going through step by step so you understand every single nitty-gritty detail of how to do this operation. Here at Real Estate Mad Education, we don't believe in fluff. We believe in details. We want to give you actionable information that you can follow along with and go implement right away. I hope you enjoy this training. Thank you.
This is a how-to on how to fill out the real estate lead sheet. You can get real estate leads from almost anywhere, any of your advertising. So that's why it's important in this first box where it said, how did you hear about us, that you write down if it was a TV ad, newspaper ad, word of mouth, any other way that you may have gotten that lead, just so that you know what marketing techniques that you're using are working. Then the next thing you want to write in is the seller's name. You want to write in any contact information that they give you, as well as the property address. You want to write down if it's a single family home, if it's a mobile home, multifamily, such as a duplex, or other, number of beds and baths, if it has a garage or a basement, and then in some areas it's more predominant than others, but if there's a pool, go ahead and also take down the square footage. A lot of the time the individual owner won't know the square footage, but that's okay. You can look it up on the tax website. A lot of times it'll be on Zillow as well. So if they don't know it, just leave it blank and you can fill it in later. Same with the year built. Types of repairs needed. Really, when you ask them, just let them talk and listen to what they're saying. A lot of the times they'll downplay the repairs that are needed. Just take down any notes that you have, anything that they have told you. And also the cost. A lot of times they won't really know the cost, but we can just kind of make an estimate. And then we want to know why they're selling. A lot of times this makes a big difference if they're moving. Maybe a family member passed away and they just need to get rid of the home. Maybe they own two homes and they have two mortgages that they're paying on. So that'll let us know what their incentive is to sell, and kind of how we can adjust our price for our offer. Also, do you have any HOA fees? A lot of the areas that we buy don't, but go ahead and ask anyway. Any condo association fees, anything like that you want to write down here. How much they owe on the property. So if they have a mortgage currently on the property, we want to know what the payoff would be. So take that down as well. Sometimes they do feel a little uncomfortable answering that, but usually I just work it in. After they explain why they're selling, I just ask them, okay, well, how much do you still owe on the property? Usually they'll at least make a guess on it, but sometimes they say they prefer not to tell you, so that's okay as well. We can kind of figure that out by looking on the tax website when they bought it and how much. If they owe and we pay cash and close quickly, ask them if they would take that payoff. Sometimes if they're desperate to sell, they will. They just want to get rid of it. So go ahead and ask that question. Are payments and taxes current? We can find this out as well, but it's a lot easier if they already know they're not current, just so we can factor that into the offer as well. And then we want their asking price. I get so often them saying, make me an offer, or, I don't know what I'm asking, I don't know what it's worth. Try to get a starting point, because this will help on the negotiation side. If they really want $50,000 and they tell you to make them an offer and you offer them $10,000, it doesn't work very well for them or us. So we want to get a starting point so that we can negotiate. And then we always want to ask if it's flexible. A lot of the times they'll say yes. I don't know that I've had too many say no. A lot of the times they just really want to sell. And then down here, after you get all of the information from the individual, just let them know you'll pass this along to our real estate specialist, and then we will get back to them if we would like to make an offer. And what that really does is we want to run our comps and do our due diligence, and then if we are interested, we will contact them back to send someone to inspect the property and get pictures and that sort of thing. But this is just a starting point, so let them know that you will contact them later if we're interested in making an offer. After you get off the phone, go ahead and start doing that due diligence. So what is the assessed value of the property? When did the seller buy the property? What price did the seller buy the property for? What school district is the property in? This helps us get an idea of what the property is worth. And then the quick comps down here, we can use the Zestimate as well as the total view real estate value. There's also RealQuest. There's quite a few sites that you can use just to get a quick estimate on what the property's worth. And so to find the assessed value, you can find this all on the tax website. But you can also look under the Total View Real Estate and Zillow. Usually it'll have, let's pull this up. I already have it pulled up over here. So if you scroll down, here's all of this information, and it says last sold August 2003 for $73,000. Okay, so you want to note that on the real estate lead sheet. And then if you keep scrolling down, you'll also see the tax history and the tax assessment. And then on the Total View Real Estate, that information is going to be located right here, tax assessment. So go ahead and fill that information in. As far as school goes, let's see, nearby schools, I usually click on one and it'll tell you the district. So St. Louis Public Schools. That's important because when you're comparing properties for value, you want to make sure they're in the same school district. Let's pull that sheet back up. Okay, and then after you get all of that information filled in, you're going to decide if you want to make an offer or not. If you decide yes, then go ahead and call them back and let them know what your offer is. If they'd like to accept that offer, then you go about getting the contract, property under contract. And then if they would not like to accept the offer, go ahead and hold on to this. Usually you'll get a call back probably a month, 2 months after they can't sell the property, and then they become interested in your offer. So just go ahead and keep a hold of it just in case. But that's how you fill out the real estate lead sheet.